My mom's a citizen.
Your mother's a citizen,
Yes.
but you're not?
Nope.
But you've never been deported before?
We Dr. Phil. We got Dr. Phil.
Yeah? How do you know me?
No, I seen Dr. Phil, on TV.
But why are you going on these ICE raids? And now you're going on raids with people who are literally separating families. Explain
Well, now
that to
that's
me.
bullshit.
That's
Now-
not
now
bullshit.
you're, oh, no, that
They're
is.
not separating families?
No, well, look, they didn't make that law. What are you expecting to do? Just not do their job? Well, look, if you arrest somebody that's a citizen that has committed a crime or is DUI with the child in the back seat, do you think they don't separate that family right then, right there?
The crime continues, guys. Trump deranged Bill Maher, and one of the most ignorant leftists. I feel like once upon a time, this guy used to seem like he was a pretty smart guy. Smug as hell and very overconfident, but seemed like he was generally pretty well informed. But when it comes to anything politics, it seems like he is just a Trump deranged lunatic. While he has some common sense takes in regard to man versus woman and the trans debate, when it comes to pretty much anything else, this guy just consistently seems like he has his head up his you-know-what. He's over here crying about Dr. Phil going on ICE raids, and Dr. Phil puts him in his place. Without further ado, let's go ahead and react to this. I do have to interrupt this video, though, because for whatever reason, these real-time videos do tend to get a lot of copyright claim issues, so bear that in mind.
But why are you going on these ICE raids? I don't understand that. You're a guy who we know for so many years who has been working to put families together, to bring families who are apart and heal them. And now you're going on raids with people who are literally separating families. Explain
Well, now
that to
that's
me.
bullshit.
That's
Now-
not bullshit.
Now oh, no, that
They're
is.
not separating families?
No, well, look.
You have to do that anytime anyone's arrested. You have to, by default, remove that person from their family and put them in jail, put them in some sort of detainment. You have to do something, or even deport them, and maybe their family stays behind.
If you arrest somebody that's a citizen that has committed a crime or is DUI with the child in the back seat, do you think they don't separate that family right then, right there?
But that's not what's going on.
Of course they do.
Of
but
course,
what you're talking about, I was hearing you in your monologue saying you've got these ICE agents with mask on.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you why they have their mask on. Because we actually have legislators who passed laws, and now they're doxing them. They're putting their name,
Yes, that's
their
wrong.
pictures, their addresses of their families on the internet. They're putting them on telephone poles. So, of course, they're wearing masks so they don't get outed. So,
Well, yeah, there's also the cartel. I don't know if he's going to get to this, but the freaking cartel is after them. You know, the people who are making billions of dollars before this. So, of course, if you got people who are trying to stop them from getting billions of dollars, it may make sense for them to go ahead and just pop one or two of y'all or threaten your family so that you'll stop it. And this type of thing can have a domino and a chilling effect on immigration enforcement. Do you really want that to happen? That's the thing that people don't understand, or I think a lot of leftists do, especially the politicians. That's what they want to happen. They don't want the people to be deported, so they don't mind taking advantage of the cartels. The cartels were being used to facilitate them coming into the country, so of course they don't mind continuing to use them now.
people can do violence against their families. The negative actions against ICE agents are up 1,000% in the last several months. 130% violence against them. And why them? They didn't make the laws. They've got a rap sheet, 12, 14 different cases long of child predators that they're taking off the street. These are the worst first that they're taking off the streets. Who would want them back in their communities?
We all agree with that.
Dr. Phil.
Well, I think that unfortunately, a lot of these people on the left do want these people back in the communities. Look at the Kilmar Abrego Garcia situation where they literally went to save this man from his home country in El Salvador, talking about we're bringing him home. He was home, and eventually they managed to actually bring this fool back. Now, he never reunited with his wife like they hoped that he would. They literally said they want him to be reunited with his wife and kids, which ain't none of the kids his, but they want him to be reunited. This fool's still sitting up in jail because he has human trafficking charges. And by the way, his wife said, for those who don't remember, that he used to beat the hell out of her. But anyway, I digress.
That was
No,
hold on, no.
hang on. Answer the question. Who wants those people back in there? These
No one.
are violent criminals.
I keep answering your questions, and you keep saying I'm not answering your questions. Nobody
let-
wants that. But we all didn't want violent criminals and gangs, but that pivoted to going to Home Depot. You know, when Trump came down the first time from the escalator, he said, you know, the rapists and the criminals and some, I assume, are good people. The ones standing in front of Home Depot just looking for an honest day's work, for an honest day pay, those are the good people, I assume.
Yeah, good people who broke the law. Of course, Bill Maher is going to defend this. President Trump said he was going to execute the largest deportation operation in American history. If you go after only the most violent people, which is not what the law dictates. The law dictates that anyone who comes to the country illegally can be subject to deportation. But if you go after only the most violent people, you're looking at, I mean, technically, you know, less than 20,000 people. So I guess we should just do, you know, that about 13,000 people, like people who were convicted of like all the murders and stuff. Just do 13,000 people and just stop there. Boom. We just cut it off, and all the millions of people who came to the country, they can just stay. Like, hey, just let them stay. What's the big deal? No, guys. One thing that I don't get about the left, at what point do laws matter? We keep hearing people talk about Trump's breaking down the Constitution, our democracy. He's breaking laws. He's defying the courts, the local courts, the federal courts, the district courts. Like, he's trying to impeach judges, arrest judges. He's going after his political opponents. They say all of these things. What does the left do? They do all of those things that they're claiming Trump does. When there's laws that they don't like, they just go against them directly. They defy them. They break them. They encourage people to break them. They get violent as hell when things don't go their way. They're the ones who break the law. At what point do you say, if you don't like the law, you actually try to pass laws to change it? Bill Maher here needs to wake the frick up, because he's just always clamoring on and crying and being ignorant about every single thing related to politics. You should have stuck with your religious debates, because when you got into politics, you just made yourself look like an idiot on every single clip and video that I ever watch you in. But these are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly. Rise.
For the love of God, Bill, just give up. Your retarded little stance on everything. It's so tiresome. I'm a cool guy. Listen to me. Smoke pot. Suck off a guy. Enough, Bill. Enough.
I just implore.
Nobody wants to hear it, you stupid son of a bitch. The time of the pothead is over, Bill, and the time of the ranch is just beginning.